What's up, guys? We are live. Episode 7 of Going Live with the MC. Today, our guest is OD. Give me a second, real quick. All right, sorry, guys. Few difficulties. But yeah, welcome to episode 7, Going Live with the MC. We here today. My guest is OD. We just waiting for my guy to tune in, and then we'll get started with the interview. But yeah, man. Wednesday we had a dope episode. Episode number 6. We had Rax. We talked about a lot, man. We got personal. We spoke about some music things. You guys got to see our chemistry, firsthand. The stuff that you don't really see behind the scenes, outside the music. So that was a really dope interview. I enjoyed that one. Today, I got OD with me. OD is also another dope artist that I've been pleased to meet or whatever. We had a chance to connect, throughout the last year and a half or so. Going to shows and everything like that. He's actually a really dope individual. So when he tunes in, we'll definitely be setting this party right. If you guys are in the live, thank you. And suggest a question for the artists. At some point, I will eventually get there to it, and I will answer that and kill it. I will answer that question or whatever. So feel free, join in, say what's up, show some love. If y'all here, that's what's up. Big Kev 631, what's good with you? All right, so we're just waiting on OD to join the live real quick, and everything will be fine. All right, we're just waiting for my boy. In other news, we got December 16th. It's my last show of the year. So if you guys are interested in popping out, make sure you DM me. If you're not following me, give me a follow, and holla at me. I got some Team Reef merch. I'll be printing out some other stuff by the time the show comes around. And, everyone that purchases a ticket early in advance will be getting some free merch. Everybody else will have to buy the merch at the show. So yeah, I think you guys want to take advantage of that deal, man, because it won't be expensive, the merch, but I don't want y'all to come outside and spend a whole lot of money, So get your tickets in advance and earn you some free merch. You heard? We just waiting on ThisIsOdee to join in. Yeah, he's trying to join now. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that. But yeah, the album is coming, The Unexpected Volume 3. That's definitely popping out. What's up, Sydney? How you doing? Thanks again for tuning in. I'm just waiting for my guest to join in with us, and then we can get started with the interview. Thank you for always, tuning in for real. I see all the people that's consistent, so I appreciate you always. And thank you. Um, Hold on. It seems like he's trying to join. I don't know why he can't join. Um, Hold on 1 second. All right. Sorry, guys. We're trying to get OD in here, but it's saying that he can't join. Um, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with that real quick, guys. Appreciate the patience. Every week I always have an issue with the live, so it's all good. I'm just getting used to it myself. Um, Waiting for him to join into the live. Um, while we wait for that, um, for those of you that are here, if you have seen any of the first 6 episodes, feel free to, comment. Let me know what you like about it so far. Let me know what you think I could do better. I literally just started doing this like randomly. I just one day went live and this became a whole thing. Obviously there was a lot that led up to it, but all it takes is just making that one move. Sometimes you just got to be inspired the right way. People could tell you a million times that you might sound good doing this or you might look good doing that or whatever the case is. But ultimately, you just do it whenever you're ready. Move at your own pace, like there's no rush. Um, However you feel is however you, what's the word I was looking for, create, So that's how I feel about it. Everything that I've ventured into has all been on my own time, and a lot of people have told me again, you should do this, you look good doing that, that kind of thing. But ultimately, if you don't feel it, then don't do it. But you know, um, I take pride in a lot of this stuff, and it feels good when it comes out full circle to like looking at where it started from to where, Shout out to the Buddha Experience. It's a dope vendor. Um, He rolled his blunts in I forgot what they call it, bay leaves or something like that, but it's some kind of a leaf and it's official, man. I ain't gonna hold you. It's definitely dope. Yeah, next time I catch him at an event, I'm definitely copping one again for real. Word. Um, yeah, guys, we're still waiting on OD to tune into the live. Once he tunes in, I'll be able to add him in. So that's what we're waiting on right now. Is for this guy. Um, I don't know, man. I, I'm just trying to figure out what's the next step with these upcoming episodes. I have a few creatives that I have lined up, and I guess I'm just trying to, switch it up. Maybe by like the 10th episode, I'll have like a different blueprint or something like that. My guy OD has joined. Good stuff. Um, but yeah, I wanna eventually, have like different outlets and stuff, different ways to like make this more innovative and more fun for, the people tuning in as well as the people that's a part of the show. My guy, what's up?
Dario, what's good, bro?
What's up, man? Yo, everybody,
Chilling.
shout out to my guy OD, um, the original demon. OD, the original demon. That's what OD stands for. Um, yeah, man. How you feeling today?
Chilling, man. Just got off work, man. Just trying to stack this bread.
That's that
Uh,
merch.
been going to, yes, sir. You already know.
Let's
Hey, man, I
go.
gotta. It's getting cold, so I gotta get y'all some sweatsuits. Feel me? I'm thinking about hoodies. I'm thinking about just starting off with hoodies, but yeah, man. I just been working. I've been in the stew. I went to the stew like last weekend, putting in some gritty dark beats. You know how I do. I'm on my dark shit.
That's a
Um,
fact. That's a fact. I
um,
feel that.
and shit. Just been
What's up,
writing,
Nia Simone?
writing. All
Nah,
around, just been
that's dope.
writing.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope, man. First things first, shout out to you for dropping the project. Long overdue. Definitely was overdue. We've been waiting for that for a minute.
That's a fact.
Um, Shout out to Hype King. Just typed in King, Mike Mitchell. Um, there's a few tracks on there that I actually rock with, man.
Okay.
I didn't. I didn't plan this, but I was walking down the block to the crib and Casper came on. So I was like, and it's like I heard the album twice already, but that song didn't register. So when I heard it, I'm like, yo, this sound like OD, but I'm listening to it and then I hear it, I'm like, nah, this is OD. So when I pull out the phone and look, I'm like, oh, it's OD. Like, but so I like when that happens actually. Like when the homies like their music randomly just comes on.
Yeah, that's what I be doing. I be having my shit on shuffle. That's how a lot of artists shit that I be meeting at showcases be catching on. I just be having it on
Mm-hmm.
shuffle.
Nah, dope, man. So yeah, long overdue. How long has that project been in the cooker? How long have you been holding
Shit.
on to that?
To be honest, it was like it wasn't really planned. It was like well, it was planned for like a month or now I say like I'm capping. It's like it was planned for like probably like 4 months, but it wasn't like I didn't really put it together too like, and I've been waiting
I
to
got
drop.
you.
So I just named it Long Overdue. No pun intended. It was long overdue. So yeah, I say like 4 months.
4 months. That's actually not bad to be real with you. Cause me, listen, man, I've been holding on to this album for a minute. Like this was supposed to come out months ago. But
Fact.
you know, I can understand like the hold up with albums now. Like I mean, probably when I was younger, like when Eminem took his little hiatus, we didn't know what the hell happened to him. We like, dude, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? When Meth and Redman, I mean, they always drop music consistently, but I think Redman took a little break or whatever. I think it was like a year, 2 years or something like that. But me being so used to putting out music, I'm like, what's going on? Like, and then me as myself, I got a whole 5 year gap in between my last album, and a lot of people probably wonder, whoever does rock with the music, they wondering like, what the hell, but I understand we got to live life sometimes, man. We got to come up with new stuff to talk about, new things to like really showcase, like we can always
That's a
stick to the
fact.
same mindset that we was in, but
It's funny
I
you
like
say
to
that.
showcase growth. Huh?
It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that because the last project I dropped before this
Hmm.
was like an actual like mixtape was in
Mm.
2013. I was in high school and I was going under the name Stack Flow.
Right.
So that goes back to you saying like I probably have a lot of people like that are like what happened to him, like people.
Right.
I do have some people that are definitely still tuned in from high school, but there are always those people that you get that just get lost in the fucking, you know what I mean?
Yo, I gotta. It's funny you say that because it's like I've been going through this thing lately. Like on Facebook, I'm popping as far as like the alumni from high school. Like everybody on my Facebook is everyone from high school. Everyone on Instagram, it's literally friends and music. So I be on Facebook wilding like, yo, who coming to this show? Yo, I know y'all niggas. Like, I grew up with y'all. Stop playing with me. Like, that kind of thing.
Fact.
And it's like, like they be seeing it too. Like I'll post something, they all tune in. Like, and I'm talking about people I ain't speak to in years, like since we graduated. And I'm like, yo, so I know y'all see what I'm doing. Like, what's up? Like, pull up, show some love and all that. So I think that's probably one of my biggest things now. I guess trying to get the high school community to tap into what I'm doing because I have a great relationship with a lot of people that I went to school with. So it's not even like we just graduated and evaporated or whatever. We still cool. Um, Shout out to everybody tuning in, by the way. This is going live with the MC episode 7 featuring the original Demon. So I want to ask you, how did you come up with that name?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, first of all, I thought Stack Flow didn't have much substance to it. Every time you know, every time my name was heard, it had people like try to refer to money. So I had to really like dig deep into myself and be a
Mhm.
little different. So when I started recording, there's a couple of songs that I had when I started off. I have a song called Hendrix. It's
Mm.
on. I'll send it to you. It's on YouTube and all that. But it was under Stack Flow,
Mm.
and when I recorded that, I started using the demon voice in the hook
So
and
it,
some
it was like
bars.
it was like an effect.
Yeah, it was like an effect, like kind of like a distortion, like behind my voice. I kind of
Yeah.
got that from like Eminem. Like there was a song that Eminem had where he was like, I forgot what song it was called, but he was like talking to Stan, and like at the end, he
Hmm.
was rapping, and behind his voice, it was like a demon. So I wanted like the same kind of sound. So after I did that, I made a couple more tracks on the Stack Flow, but then I took like a whole like break. I was like, I was going through it,
Right. I
and
hear
I
you.
had
My fault. I'm
to.
trying to plug in the fan real quick.
Now you good. Um, but yeah, down, and I had to just basically pick myself up and dig deep, and I just imagine like the type of music that I like to listen to. The type of music that I like to listen to is like Lloyd Banks. Lloyd Banks is was is and was my favorite rapper, like my number one. But now he's like kind of like top five because he hasn't really dropped stuff in a while. He just recently dropped his Halloween Havoc 4, but I've been
Right.
listening to like I listen to a lot of Conway the Machine, like real like concrete gritty rap, like so.
Yep.
For me, using that demon voice, I just thought, why not just call myself a demon?
I feel that.
And
I feel that. I
OD,
feel that.
OD kind of just rolls off the tongue. And at the same time, I'm from New York, so I say OD a lot. Like, like
Facts.
not intentional. Like I just be like, yo, that's OD. Like,
Yeah, nah, that's dope actually. And it's cool that you named your influences because I've been trying to figure out for a minute. I mean, I low key caught like that it was mostly Griselda for sure. Because with this new album, it's like I don't like giving people like direct comparisons. I like that it derives from something, but um, listening to the project, it gave me Griselda vibes, Conway vibes, you know, and I like that about rap, to be honest with you. I like when people are like gritty. I mean, first, that's all of our favorite artists, when we was coming up was on that gritty shit. Maybe not as super old school with it, like the beat wise, but that's what they've been talking about. It's what we know. It's what we grew up to. So um,
so
I can't shy away from that. So seeing other people grow up and kind of not duplicate but carry on the legacy of good rap, that's really it's really a dope thing to be real. And shout out to you for keeping your own sound amidst being inspired. Like that's hard to do. Like a lot of people get inspired and don't even know how to stick to their own sound.
and that's the thing. That's kind of like the problem I've been having lately. Like, cause this drill shit is popping. It's easy to get notarized off that, and it's cool to dabble with it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's cool to dabble with it because it gets the hood together. Like, it gets the youth together. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something that no matter what you talking about, you hear the beat. You got little kids, 7, 10, 12 years old, getting sturdy. Like, that's what I love about that shit.
And they
The
don't even
violence part of
know
that
what you're
shit, I
saying.
don't
They
even
just
want to
hear the
speak on
beat.
that. That's a fact. But
But that,
yeah, I've been I've
yeah, go
been
ahead.
been I've been wanting to really like stay on my craft, like, and pave my own lane. Cause right now is like the best time to just be yourself. Cause everybody's being the same. So right now the game needs something different. If not something different, a revamp of, what I'm saying, old shit. Boom bap shit, like real rap, like real gritty rap is coming back.
Facts, facts. Um, what got you into making music? Like, what was that light switch for you? Like, did somebody inspire you? Did you just kind of like? I mean, obviously, we all was watching music videos and stuff like that, so that's an easy answer. But like for you personally, like aside from listening to music, what else was it that made you feel like you could do this?
For me, I say it was in middle school, doing poetry.
Wow,
I
that's dope.
definitely I liked school. I wanted to be a lawyer, to be honest, when I was in school. But I found like a spark in just rhyming words. Like I just love that shit, and I love when I found out about making poems, like it made me want to go to school more. It made me want to like that was what I looked forward to, making art.
You don't hear that often. You don't hear that often. Niggas like, I'm dropping out, I'm becoming a rapper. You was like, nah, I'm going to school, I'm getting my shit up. That's
That's a
dope, man.
fact.
Kudos to you, bro. That's real good shit.
That's a
And I wish
fact,
more
man.
people, think like that.
That's a fact, bro. The youth, they they want to just follow, and they don't. Nobody wants to just pave their own path. It takes longer, man. Like that's the thing that people. That's the reason why people don't want to really be themselves with this music shit. They want to just follow drill shit because it takes
Yep.
longer to pop when you just doing, you staying in your lane. Because you're gonna start off with nobody really listening.
Yep.
But it's gonna add up if you just keep pushing. It's gonna add up.
That's a fact.
Your music is just gonna keep evolving
And consistency is key, you released a couple singles, before you dropped your album. And you did your thing as far as staying relevant, because as independent artists it's hard for us to generate a buzz, and when we, like me personally, I was saying this on the last interview, I didn't agree with like releasing songs, back to back to back to back, because I wanted to learn the song that I put out. Like, yeah, I wrote it and it's my feelings and all of that, but we don't always like connect with our songs, right away. We might record it and be like, yo, this is fire, and then drop it, and after that, it's silence, radio silence. But, I've learned to just like kind of create a track, sit with it, understand what it is, and then promote it, and then keep on pushing it. Like, for example, Get High. That song is at least, it came out in 2016. 2016. That's about 7 years now. That's 7 years old. Now I'm performing that, and now it's getting the love that it should have gotten like way back then. And I've gotten love for that song over the years when I released it, but it's to the point where now when I go to shows, people are begging me to perform. Like, yo, you gonna perform Get High? I need you to perform that. I'm like, damn, that wasn't even my intention. But, the fact that I've built it up for so long, it feels good, that people
dope.
actually want to hear that. Yeah, facts, you feel me? And I'm pretty sure you got people that be like, yo, perform this song, or, that kind of thing. I'm pretty sure you get it,
That's
for sure. And
a
that's the
fact.
thing about,
I gotta get back on the performance scene, but definitely I'm trying to that cha cha shit. That's one of the drill shits I'm trying to, drill in people's head, and have them, do them that request as you've been saying, like,
oh, you did a remix to Cha Cha Cha?
No. I had made cha cha before Glorilla made that cha
Oh,
cha
fire,
cha shit.
fire.
Yeah,
I gotta hear that.
thanks. That bitch bit that shit. But
That's
yeah,
crazy. Go ahead, what you was gonna say?
I was gonna say whenever I perform, I've been performing that cha cha shit. But lately you've been missing it, like, cause they've been putting me early. Like, I gotta start getting there like a little later.
Not even. You know what I think ultimately? A lot of it is favoritism. So,
That's a fact too.
and we're gonna
Yeah,
get into that too. We're gonna get into that too with these showcases, because I'm fed up, bro. But
yeah. That's why I just
I
holding back.
realize, yeah, I realize a lot of it is favoritism, and it low key it does come with the consistency. I realize that, because a lot of people have like favored me sometimes at showcases, but I personally want these showcases to have more organization. Like when I was like, for more booking specifically, when I was doing those shows back in 2019, 2018, they had organization, like the shit that you don't see now. When we was doing shows, the way they was running it, it was way different and more organized, more professional back then in 2019-ish. Like they had a host and they had like a manager for the show, right? So the host, when we get there, obviously they'll introduce themselves, they'll tell us to give our music to the DJ and stuff like that. The manager will bring all of us in the back room, explain all the rules, tell us exactly what we're getting out of this performance. You're gonna go first, second, third, whoever, boom, give us a lineup, and then be like, yo, we're gonna record your performance, we're gonna do all of this for you, we're gonna give all of this to you, boom. You know, so we was
That's fire.
paying to get in and shit like that, you know, but we was getting a lot out of it, you know, and it was much better than, you know, and the crazy part is even back then people didn't respect the professionalism, you know, and that's another thing too, you know, like a lot of times we're performing in front of other artists, you know, so once they get their chance to perform, boom, they're gone, you know, and it's like when you're in environments like that where it's super professional and they holding it down, you're supposed to stick around because you're in that room for a reason. Like you there for a reason, you know. And
Right.
personally, the game has changed now. Like back then, it probably was a cash grab still, but it didn't feel like it because it was more. Again, the shits were organized, so it felt like they cared about the artist, you know. But now it's just like long as you show up and perform, that's my only concern happens. And it's like that's not cool. Cause like some like and the crazy part is you see how you said you performed early. It's been times where I got to shows and nobody didn't show up towards the until the ending of the show, and I probably done performed already. And I'm like, damn, well now they came and they got to go home now because they can't see me perform, you know, and they tight, you know. So um, and then there's also been times where I showed up late too on some Lauren Hill shit. You know, I showed up late, and
Nah, those
you know they've
plenty
been waiting
times,
all
bro. To
day.
be honest, that Day Summit Festival, bro, I didn't get to get the most out of it out of certain shows, mainly because I was going to work and I was coming back from Jersey and I was getting
Mm.
there late, but I had to pass. So I was like, fuck it, like I'm just gonna go and network. Even if I don't perform, I'm just pulling up my mans and we just gonna vibe.
You know what I'm?
And,
You know
and
what? I'm gonna tell you something about that Day Summit shit. Cause it's funny you say that. There's a lot of times I showed up to a show late and they still threw me up on stage, and that's the favoritism shit I'm talking about. You feel me?
yeah,
So as
yeah,
long as you know like the managers and the door people, they'll look out for you, bro. No funny shit. I kid you not. Now sometimes a lot of them gonna flop on you. They're gonna really do some real snake shit, and why I say that is because it's like again, consistency is key. So before Day Summit, and you've seen it. We've all been, what up, Oliver Quint? What Ray Vella, what's up with you? Um, we we were doing shows back to back consistently. Like I was seeing you at a lot of shows, you know what I'm saying? And so were these managers and the door people, they were seeing us, you know, so much to the point where it's like we ain't even got to tell them who we are. They see us and be like, oh, I bet we know who you are. Let me
yeah.
sign in and all that.
That's
We
a
know who
fact.
you are. Put you down. Boom. You feel me? So uh, it's been times where you know I walk into a venue and I'm not gonna say I had an ego, you know, a big head or nothing like that, but I know that I work hard. You know what I'm saying? I know when I come through, I'm putting on a show. So
That's a fact.
why are you putting me at the bottom of the list? You know what I'm saying? Why am I the last performer? Like I'm no Kendrick, I'm not Future, I'm not none of these popular niggas. Ain't nobody gonna stay to the end and then wait for me. You know what I'm saying? So low key,
Yeah,
it you do gotta be professional to an extent. Like you do got to show up at a decent time. Obviously, whatever time permits for you. You know what I'm saying? If you got work, you got work. Nobody could do shit about that. You still chasing your dreams. But at the same time, again, you consistent. And people see this, so why not be like, oh, you know, especially if you say to them, yo, I just came from work type shit. You don't even have to tell them that. Again, it's the consistency, you showing up, you
that's
know. But
a fact.
if you have that type of relationship with them, you could be like, yo, you know, I just came from work, bro. You mind, you know, looking out for a nigga type shit, you know? So that's how I feel about that, man. You know, and
Nah,
that's why I don't do
exactly.
showcases no more. That's why, I don't want to do showcases no more. You know, this last show that I'm doing for the year is not even a showcase. It's a concert put together by the artist himself. Um, you know, he booked the venue and all of that, you know, asked me to open up for him. So that's why I'm doing the show. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Mm.
getting paid from it too, you know, so.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Word.
yeah. You feel me?
Word.
So that's why I'm like, you know, like if I, like these days when I'm doing shows, I don't want to do them unless I'm getting paid, unless I'm getting them free, or you giving me a good ass set time because clearly you know what I'm capable of. That's why you invited me, you know. So treat me like it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these artists are like trigger happy. Yo, I got a show. Oh, word bet, boom, pay. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
they don't understand the worth, their worth. They don't understand what it is to perform. And for the most part, they don't even have a buzz. Like, obviously, they're doing the trendy shit, so people are going to turn up to it. But no one is fucking with it after they get off the stage. You know, so
Yeah.
uh, yeah, a lot of times, they could catch a hungry artist like that, but people like us, where we know we putting in time into the craft and stuff like that, we not all of that shit. Like, you want us there, like, make us feel like we want it, like, like you requested our presence.
Okay.
So, I wanted to ask. Obviously, there's a whole thing going on now where they're saying rap is watered down. Obviously, you've seen the reports and stuff. It hasn't been a number one single this year. Um, Rap sales are down, album sales are down, everything is going down, and it's mostly because of the content that's being pushed. And they're saying, because it's a lot of that gra gra boom shit, a lot of that I put some money on your head shit, a lot of that, you feel me? So
Oh
how do you
man.
how do you, as an artist who does drill, and in your music you definitely mention putting money on niggas' heads, like, you feel me? So
I
how
feel
do
like it's
you
I
how do
feel
you
like it's
survive?
not about I feel like it's not about what you say because music is repetitive and um like history is gonna repeat itself and people are gonna say the same shit in different ways. People are always gonna find a clever way to say something but the same thing. You know what I mean? But I feel like that shit goes back to just being able to craft your own style and just make it your own.
But you don't think that even with having your own sound, because you do, not too many artists do, but you do.
I feel
You don't think that
like
even with
you can
go for it.
you can still talk gangster rap. Like people could still make gangster rap, but it can't like everybody using the same flow, everybody using the same type of beats. You know what I mean? Like nobody's trying to be abstract or like stand out. That that's why it's going the way it's going.
So on the other hand, do you feel like you draw a lot of attention to yourself? And I'm gonna tell you why I'm asking this. So there was a show that we did in New Jersey. Came out on stage with a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, yeah, that's my. When I do that, I feel like I have to stand out. Like when I go to shows, like I'm not I don't wear the flashiest clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't I ain't tatted up like that. I ain't got piercing. I'll be seeing like all these different characters when you go to shows. Like all the artists are just all different characters. They be having dyed hair, and, they own style. Like I like that shit. So what I'm saying, you gotta come in with your own shit. And not even like when I did that shit, I didn't even think about 50 Cent. Like,
Well, you definitely gave me 50 Cent vibes. You took it back.
like when I did that, like I just basically what I had at hand in the crib, ski mask and shit like that. Like, feel me? I know you seen me some shows. I came with the ski mask and shit.
Yep, yep, yep. But actually, when I first started meeting you, you had that shit on, and I was trying to figure out why. But again, that was your style. Like, that's what you was doing. So I didn't question it in a bad way. I was just like, cause like for me, I couldn't really hear you rap most of the time. But then there would be times during the performance you'll pull it down and you're like, start rapping and shit. So I'd be like, all right.
Yeah, yeah.
But professionally, because like I watch people perform. Like I'm one of those people in the crowd. Like, I'll watch you and I'll see how you perform and see how I could implement that into my performance. So I'm inspired by everybody. So that's why when I do like performances, you'll see it. Like I might do something, and it's not like I'll directly mimic it, but it's like I'll make it in my own way. It's like, oh, this person jumped in the crowd and was like, rapping a certain way. I could do the same exact shit in my way. I don't gotta like,
That's a
do this
fact.
or jump around or but I'll figure out my way and how to do it. So
That's a fact. I be
um,
trying to do that with like songs with like where like I could have the crowd sing with me. Like I see other people do that, and I'm like, all right. I try to choose a song that's like easy for what I'm saying, like to get the crowd on board.
right, that's dope. That's dope. Um, what is your writing process like? How do you come up with your songs?
Shit. It might take me days to finish a song, to be honest, because I'll be in and out of it. But usually I'll just smoke a blunt and I'll just have the beat on repeat. Like anybody else, smoke a blunt, have the beat on repeat, and I'll just think about what vibe does the beat give me? Like, does it give me like spooky vibes? Does it give me like killer vibes? Does it give me like, do I want to talk about like you know what I mean? Like, I'll just vibe with it and just like think like, all right, what would I wanna hear myself say on repeat? Like, I try to make myself my favorite rapper. Feel me? Like,
I feel that. So are you like you scrap a lot, or is it like whatever you come up with, that's how it was meant to be?
you said what?
Are are you the artist that like scraps a lot? Like say when you come up with something, you'll rap it out and you're like, nah, this don't sound right, and start it all over, or are you like the type when you come out with that 16, when you finally finish that shit, you know that's what it is?
Nah, that is usually like that. When I start to write it, that's what it's gonna be.
I feel that. That's me.
Only a
Yeah.
few times I might have scrapped like a hook, but it was like it was because I wrote it a while ago, and then I'm hearing it again. I'm rereading it, and I'm like, nah, that ain't, you know what I'm saying? That ain't the vibe. Like,
If I scrap something, I gotta do it all over, man. I mean, like I gotta pick a different beat. Like it's been kind of weird for me to like write a song and then change it. Like I don't like it's not the same as writing a second and a third verse to the same beat. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
it's like you're creating a whole new concept.
yeah,
And for me, I feel like if I'm gonna create a whole new concept, I need a whole new beat. So yeah,
that's a
man.
fact.
But I normally, now I mean, I think I've always been this way, but what I realize now is that, like, I won't write to the beat unless I feel it. Like, there's a lot of beats that sound nice, but if I'm not feeling it and nothing comes to mind when I'm, like, listening to it on repeat, like, for days, then yeah, I'll just leave it alone. Eventually, I will come back to it. Eventually maybe I'll be hanging around, let's say you or something like that, and I'll play the beat. You start going off. I'm like, oh, all right, boom. Now I got some shit to talk about it. That kind
I
of thing.
feel you.
So yeah, I have a lot of beats like
Usually
that. A
for
lot of my
me,
songs actually.
nah, I feel you. Usually for me, if I hear if I put the beat on repeat and I can't I can't even mimic a word for like 2 3 days, and I'm just listening to the beat. I usually just leave it alone. I'll just be like, nah. Like if I can't think of nothing and I'm constantly listening to that shit, I'm like, nah. I
I
would
feel
need
that.
like I would need like depending on the beat, I would need like a feature or something like to get on the hook, and then I'll probably could get on the verse. But when it comes to like beats that I can't even come up with a hook. I'm like, nah.
I feel
Especially if
that.
I'm trying to do it by myself. I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, trust me, man. The struggle is real with the independent artists, man. We go through a lot trying to create these songs, man. I feel like people don't, even to this day, it's like music is, well, hip hop in general is 50 years old. Music is even older than that itself, but hip hop is 50 years old, and people still don't. understand that, we really go through a lot to come up with this stuff. The pure artists, the pure, like obviously it's easy to say cat, hat, mat, rat, that, like, you know what I'm saying? You can do all that shit, but you know, to come up with something that's really like close to you that you could really like recite and feel good about, like pushing into the world, you know, people underestimate that. They don't understand like what we actually go through to make that happen. Um,
Yeah, that's a fact. And it's a good feeling
yeah,
when you actually create something that, especially after creating and creating and creating, and then you finally create something that you like, yeah, this is the type, this is what I gotta constantly keep doing. Like, this is the vibe that I gotta be
mhm,
on. It's hard to keep that consistency though.
that's a fact. That's a fact.
Now you see why
Um,
some artists be having one hit wonders. It's hard to keep that same
yep,
spark,
that
that
too,
same.
that too, that too. So I see that you look like you sitting next to some equipment. You in the studio
Yeah,
or
nah, I got my mic here, my crib and shit. But
oh fire, fire.
I'm gonna start recording shit in the crib soon. But lately I've been going to the stew. And I found some new stew in Williamsburg. Some shit called Mansion Studios. It's pretty dope. You should check it out. It's
Fire,
like
fire.
60 an hour for a small room.
A
So
lot
it's
little
pretty
too
good.
steep for me. Too steep for me. I could put you
Good.
on the Final Four studio, so
Put me on, bro. You know I'm
Final
back in
Four
New York.
studios. Oh, for real? Where you at?
I'm in the BX, bro.
Oh, you back in the BS? Heard you.
Yes, sir, bro. I thought you knew
Fire.
that.
Nah. You last time we spoke, I didn't I think you mentioned something about making your way back there, something you was trying to move there, something like that.
Yeah, man. Right now I'm squatting with my mom and the ex right now, and I'm just stacking up and shit. But yeah, my fault. I've been low key, bro. I've just been
Nah, you good. We
docile.
need time, bro. We need time, bro. We gotta step away from the music shit. Like I said, it's a 5 year gap in between my album. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the between the one album, volume one and volume two, there's a 4 year gap, but this one is a 5 year gap. I mean, and the 4 year gap was because I found success with part two. With part one, I was getting to know myself as an artist, and I was also going through like a situation with the producer. Like he's still my boy to this day. We still chop it up. We still, brotherly love and all that. But as a producer, I was kind of disappointed in him because um, it's not to say that no one can't grow out of their comfort zone and move on, but like don't forget where you come from. And
That's a
you know
fact.
he already had his influences, and like once he started meeting the artists that were like matching that influence, he started like directly producing for them. So he wasn't no longer a versatile artist. You know what I'm saying? He just became someone just directly for that particular sound. And
Mm.
like the beats that he would give me, and maybe I could blame myself for not also being versatile and learning how to adapt to that style and try to create something new. But I knew that's not what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why that never worked out. So yeah, that was an album that I actually this album right here, Volume 3, I scrapped it. You feel me? So I created the album. There was a whole album with songs and all of that, and I scrapped all of them because I didn't
Nah.
like the beats that he was. I didn't like the beats he was sending me. And it was like the songs that I made, they were authentic lyrics and shit like that. But I felt like I was forcing myself to write these songs.
Oh
Like because that's
shit.
all I had, and like I didn't have the money to like pay producers and shit like that. I didn't know about leasing. I didn't know about any of that. You know what I'm saying at the time. So it was like, I all I know is that I had a friend that knew how to produce really good. He produced my first album, so why not stick with him and create that chemistry? That was my, thought process. So yeah, it just didn't work out, and I ended up creating uh volume two. The unexpected volume two is all YouTube beats,
Oh,
because
okay.
I just Yeah, I just couldn't. Sorry, I said that wrong. Not this album, that last album, Volume 2. I scrapped it because I didn't like the beats that he was giving me. This album, I came up with all this shit myself. Like,
Okay.
but um, yeah, like we just lost that connection or whatever, artist producer, and I feel like, you know, I don't know. I still think about it to this day, like, damn, what we could have been, like Shaq and Kobe type shit, So,
That's a fact. Nowadays too,
yeah.
a lot of artists don't know that you gotta build, even if like I know a lot of niggas be jumping to producer to producer, and I'll do the same shit too because I find different beats, but you gotta build a relationship with a producer. Usually that shit when you build a sound with a producer, that shit it attracts more of an audience and like it becomes like your own wave. Like you know what I'm saying, you got to start your own wave and shit.
Right, right,
And
right.
when you have that producer that has that catchy, you know, tag and shit, and you got all your songs with that shit. That's just
Hmm.
that's becoming a vibe.
I mean, that too, of course, but I mean, it's just like, again, like you said, the chemistry. They don't understand.
That's a fact.
And I
That
think
gotta
we
be
were just too young
built
and
first.
yeah, we were young and big headed at the time too. Me just learning how to put the music shit together. Him already knowing what direction he wanted to go in, that kind of thing. So he doesn't make music anymore to this day, but you
Okay.
that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, damn, like imagine this. And but I wanted to ask because you mentioned that staying with your mom in the Bronx or whatever. Um, Part one, how does she feel about your music career? And part two, uh, how important do you think it is, to uh, live by your means while chasing your goals?
Hmm. Well, for one, to be honest, my mom's not really too invested in my rap music. Like, like she's really like she's one of those old school Puerto Ricans for me. Like,
Okay.
but she believes in me nonetheless, and she never stopped me from chasing what I want to do. Like she believes in me wholeheartedly, no matter what I do. And as for living within your means, that's the like probably like one of the most important things you could do as an artist because you don't want to fuck yourself over. Like we was talking about paying for these shows, and it's expensive to be an artist. You got to pay for your videos. You got to fucking pay for beats.
That's
You
a
got to
fact.
pay for your studio. You got to pay for artwork if you don't make the artwork. It's a lot of shit. And basically, those those little hiatuses that we've been talking about, that we've been just dead. A lot of those like dead moments where we're not dropping music, that's because we're trying to get ourselves together, and that's
Hmm.
important. Like
Right.
to juggle and like it's important also to keep consistency, but you gotta also you gotta juggle your life. You gotta get it how you know what I'm saying. Get it how you live.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And I think some people, artists, guys, they like to put up that front, They like to make it seem like everything is all glory, glory. And it's like, nah, bro, we be going through shit. Like, like shit be
That's a fact.
happening, life be life. Like, like there's no way that, I can create these songs and life is always good. Where do you think these songs come from?
That's a
So
fact.
yeah, like, um, but yeah, man, I live with my sister. You know what I'm saying? I've been well for the past couple of years. You know what I'm saying? I help her out with the kids. You know what I'm saying? And in return, I do pay rent, but she doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? She's not running down on me every month like, yo, pay up. It's more like a, yo, I know you're chasing your dreams, so let's just say, what I'm saying, whatever you feel good. And that's what I do. Anytime, I got enough in the sack, if I got enough in the ball or whatever, hell yeah. I give her, whatever I give her. You know what I'm saying? And it's always different. You know what I'm saying? I try to make sure that, it's appreciated. like appreciative, like it comes off as like, I'm actually happy that you're helping me do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I've had my own spot a few times, and me personally, I'm, I'm like, I'm one of those, once I start understanding the system, I start moving exactly how they don't want us to move. So
Nah, I
when
feel
they
you.
like when they be saying certain shit and it don't make sense, I'm not abiding by that. So either I'm out or you're gonna, come to my terms because I know how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And some more often than not, sometimes, they'll be the assholes and be like, oh nah, we're not standing for that. This is the law. And it's like, fuck the law. Like um so yeah, I just found it more comfortable, you know. I mean, I'm always the person who wants my own. I prefer to be in my own space. You know what I'm saying? Because
That's a
like
fact.
I have my equipment too. I got my own mic. I got my laptop. I got everything. You know what I'm saying? But I just can't set it up because I'm not in my own space. So it's kind of hard to
That's a
like really,
fact. That's
right. So
same situation.
right, so I always want like my own, but at the same time, when I was out on my own, I quickly realized, damn, like the fact that I like even my mom, I didn't move out of my mom's crib until I was 26, and she didn't kick me out. I moved out, on my own. You know what I'm saying? Like, but my mom never rushed me for rent. She never even asked me for it, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? But wherever I was able to help out, I helped my mom out. You know what I'm saying? I cleaned the house. A lot of kids don't clean the fucking house. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
a
But
fact. That's a fact.
I was cleaning the house type shit. I mean, like spotless. I'm one of those. I work
That's a
hard type
fact.
shit, no matter what I'm
I
doing.
just recently fucking deep cleaned my mom's bathroom. I was like, nah, I'm gonna be here.
Nah,
I gotta
real
do this.
shit, bro. Like real shit. The simple
Fact.
things matter, man. The simple things matter.
Fact.
I cook. Stuff like that. I get busy in there. So it's just, like you just gotta show obviously that, it means a lot to you that you're able to, still conduct in your space, while not being pressed to live in this reality. Like,
Yeah.
because this ain't real, bro. None of this is supposed to be happening, you feel me? Like, there's no way niggas supposed to be kicking us out at like 18 and we supposed to figure it out by then. Like, come on. You feel me? So,
Nah,
yeah,
for real.
and the best thing we can do is just show that, we've grown from everything. We're learning, and we just doing better in life. And I think I was listening to a song by Nipsey actually, and he said,
Hmm.
I don't remember the exact bar, but to paraphrase it, he was saying the most gangster shit you can do is be someone your mama could be proud of. And I was like, yo, that's like, like out of everything, because he was saying it, in that same exact song, he was saying like how he put his mom through mad shit, and like she was like going through depression and shit because of him. Like, he was getting locked up and stuff like that, getting shot at and all that. So, um, again, you just gotta, like your family ultimately, especially if they're supporting you in this kind of way, what I'm saying? You definitely gotta make sure that they didn't do this shit in vain. It wasn't, just for nothing. So yeah, bro, don't ever feel bad for it, man. I don't care how many other people are doing better than you who might have their own crib or they be like, oh nigga, you this old and like, so what, bro? So what? If it's working for me, it's working for me. Like, you feel me?
That's a
So
fact. Everybody move at their own pace, man. Shit happens. People don't understand. But life happens, and you just gotta roll with the punches. You gotta keep going, no matter
that's a fact.
no matter how you do it. No matter if you gotta take 10 steps backwards, you gotta. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Word up.
So yeah, man, I want do you have anything specifically that you would like to highlight, to anybody as far as like what you got going on, music wise, life
Well,
wise, or
I'm
however?
working. Let me tag my boy right now. I'm working on an EP with my guy AC on the beat. That's Austin Chaplin on the beat. He make all type of joints, but he's really hard at making like gritty Griselda type Conway type shit. So I'm gonna throw out like a small little EP with him, probably like 3 or 4 songs, and that's just gonna that's just gonna heat the street. That's just gonna heat my content up because I haven't dropped shit in a little while. I just gotta start putting more content out. But yeah, check my guy out, AC on the beat, Austin Chaplin. What up?
I'm gonna give him a follow word. But yo, definitely, that's another thing too, bro. And I'm glad you just reminded me. Content. So I think I reached out to you as well too. But
Yeah,
lately I've figured it out. Like I mean, since I was young, I've always been like very creative, like very very creative. Like it's so fucking real. Like I had a notebook with inventions. Like I would draw inventions in the book, like the shit that was gonna come out in the future. Like no funny shit, bro.
oh shit.
Um, yeah, I was just always so creative. I used to, I taught myself how to draw. Like, I mean, obviously I had art class. A lot of us don't have art class. Like the kids these days don't have art class in school, but we
Yeah,
had
that's a
art class.
fact. Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
so like, and we had real art teachers, so they wasn't just like giving us coloring pages. They was teaching us how to draw shapes and shit, shading and all of that. Like, so I learned a lot of shit, like and uh, when it came to like everything being digital, I got even better at like just being creative. And one thing that helped me the most was video games. You know, you okay? Okay. Have a seat, let it burn out real quick. Yeah. But video games help me out, in a sense because they have like, the customizable thing. It's like you get a character, you get to create a character on Madden. I used to create the team. I used to create a team on Madden. So I had to go through all the colors and logos and stuff like that.
That's a fact.
Uh,
Same here
Midnight
with
Club
like
3. Midnight Club 3, I was going in with the cars, you know what I'm saying? But
nah, that's a fact. I used to go in with wrestling games. That's a fact. And you making
that
the
too,
characters and shit.
that too, word.
Facts.
Yo, all
Creating the
types of shit. So
tattoos and shit.
it just fed my creative passion, and I just knew that in my life I was meant to create something. I knew that from the start, but I just didn't know what. So like, obviously figuring out music was interesting. But uh, um, I I figured out like in today's age how to create content, and I'm mad because I slept on it way back then. Like again, I've been creative all my life, but I just never knew like as far as like the digital age, like especially when social media was created, I never knew how to present that creativity. Like I just knew that it was in me, and I'll present it like in person. You see me, I'm good in person. That's me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to do this shit on the internet. So
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
it took me a while to like really learn it, and I feel like that kind of hindered my career. Um, but I figured it out, and I'm getting better at it now, and I'm creating more content. I'm learning how to be more effective with it, and just do different things. But I wanted to say to you, man, like you really got to do it, man. You got to come out with me on one of these days, man. I got my phone, the same phone I'm going live with. You know what I'm saying? I got my gimbal, I got my camera, my ring light. I'm saying I just go outside and I shoot wherever the hell I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I'll find some place that looks dope and I'll just set up the camera and just start doing my thing. You
Shit,
know,
I'm with it. I'm with it. Yeah, I haven't. I was gonna tell you that too. I knew you. I knew you were gonna talk to me about that. I haven't been making content like I'm supposed to, and I've been disappointed in myself. But I've just been working, and I've been having like I know a lot of niggas be doing like making content while they at work, but I literally can't do that shit from the work
nah, it's
that I
cool.
do.
I
Like I
understand.
can't be filmed and shit like that. So like I do like just now before we got on live, I was thinking about making like content for a song on Long Overdue, and I was looking on Triller, but I realized my songs are not on Triller, so I'm gonna have to just take the audio from my files and I'm gonna just do it like that. But
That's how you
I'm
got
off
to do it.
tomorrow. That's a fact. And I'm off tomorrow and I'm off Sunday, so I'm gonna fuck with it. I'm gonna make some content in front of my mom's crib and just I'm gonna fuck with it.
Yeah, seriously, do it. Just do it. You feel me? Don't even think about it. Just do it. And like when you're out in public, you got to do multiple takes because it's gonna feel weird. You know what I'm saying? Obviously the first couple times, but just get yourself up to it. And the more you do it, you just get used to it. You know. and just try to be consistent with it. Like even if you don't put something out every week, try to create something every week. You know,
Feel you.
or you could just keep on promoting the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, I'm creating new stuff, so it's like, I'll put it out, whenever I feel like it's ready. But I try to have, like, right now, that's the thing I'm learning about content, like keeping stuff like stored so that way you can like kind of revisit it and just boom, drop it. Um,
That's
so
a
like right
fact.
now, I got the show coming up next month. So what I'm doing is what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna like post old footage of me performing, like to get people hyped, and the great thing about it is that I've learned to become a good performer. So a lot of my footage is really good, So it's not like it's gonna be spotty or I'm just posting the best ones. Like, nah, I'm posting everyday footage. You know what I'm saying? You get to see how people interact with me in the crowd and stuff like that. So that way, when you come to a show, it's gonna be lit. So and that's gonna be my little angle, I guess, to promote the show that I got going on. Shout out to Favorite Jeweler. He makes grills and stuff like that. It's a dope jeweler on the come up.
What up?
So,
What up?
if you ever need some jewels and stuff like that, tap in.
What up? Give you a
Um,
follow, bro.
Word. But yeah, uh, just keep it going, man. And even if you don't even want to show your face, just create something that's relatable to your art. You know what I'm saying? Like just create something that's totally relatable to the original Demon. Everything that you're doing, your art should relate to it. Your content should relate to it.
That's
So
a fact.
yeah, man, definitely. Don't knock it. You know what I'm saying? Don't knock it. A lot of us, especially us older artists, we're kind of like new to this wave. You know what I'm saying? It just like came out of nowhere, but it is a tool, and we should use it the way it's meant to be used. So
That's
um,
a fact.
that's what I'm gonna say to you on that
Bro,
one. Word, man. Um, so yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up, man. It's been great having you. Is there anything,
already
any
know.
type of advice you want to give anybody that's watching, anybody that will watch this? Because I've noticed a lot of people don't tune in the moment, but after, a lot of people watch it. Like a lot of people do watch it. I get a lot of feedback from it. And like this has been a dope experience for me so far. A lot of people reach out and tell me what's going on. So people will watch this, So anything you want to leave with them?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Um, don't don't chase the trends. Don't chase the trends just for a spark in the moment, man. Just be yourself and try to just pave a lane, and be yourself, man. It's gonna be worth it in the end. Just stay consistent and stay true to your craft. Word up.
That's dope. That's dope. Appreciate you, yo. OD. It's been great having you, man. It's been great knowing you, man. This is
You
a real
already
life
know.
chemistry, a real life friendship. You're a
That's a
dope
fact.
artist. I respect you, and
Likewise, bro.
thank you for being a guest
That's my
on the
brother,
show,
bro.
man.
This ain't no regular artist interview. It's my brother, bro. Word up,
Real
MC
talk,
Reef,
man.
son. Long
So
overdue,
that
out
that's what this
now.
platform is about, by the way. You feel me? Like this again. Every artist that I've had on the show so far, I've actually known them and met them and got to experience them. So that's what makes this even more authentic.
That's a
Um,
fact.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna keep it going this way. This is how the platform is gonna go. I'm not gonna say I'm only interviewing artists that I know, but shout out to A Stacks, Furia,
Yo,
everyone that
Cuzzo, what
just
up?
tuned in.
That's my blood
Um,
cousin. Word up.
fire, fire, fire. Thanks for tuning in. I saw him
Yeah,
commenting on the
Cuzzo.
post as well too. Um,
Yeah, I'm gonna see you at a show soon, bro. Just hit me.
you talking to me or him?
Him.
Oh, oh, but nah. Yeah, nah, dope, man. Again, thank you, man, and we're gonna catch up soon, man. I'm excited for everything you got coming on. Um,
Likewise, bro.
and just
Appreciate
keep on
you.
growing, man.
Hell
Just keep on growing.
yeah.
You're doing your thing.
Appreciate you, bro. Long overdue out now.
Long overdue. It's out now. Make sure y'all tap into that, man. It's here. The original Demon. Listen, man, it's not a game out here. He coming for you.
You already
So
know.
tap in.
Spooky season ain't over. Huh?
Facts.
You already know, bro.
No doubt. Have a good night.
You too, buddy.
All right, guys, that wraps up episode 7, going live with the MC. Thank everybody for tuning in. Appreciate y'all as always. This is just getting bigger. Every episode is getting bigger and better. So I appreciate y'all for, showing y'all interest. And episode 8, I don't know. Maybe I should start announcing the guests, so y'all could get hyped. Maybe y'all could follow them or whatever. But I'll announce them over the weekend. So stay tuned for that. If you're not following me already, follow me. Show me some love. We do this every Wednesday, every Friday. The time totally depends on the artists themselves. Sometimes I interview people in a different country. Other times, people here, they get off work or whatever, however that goes. So whatever time we agree on, that's whenever I go live. You guys just got to turn on your live notifications and stay tapped in. That's all I can say. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Have a great night.